Here are 12 things that should not be in your house if you're selling. Item number 1, personal photos, family pictures. You don't want to have anything personal in there because people want to be able to visualize themselves in your home. And just deep down, nobody wants to take somebody else's home away from them. So the more of a home it looks like, it just kind of on a subconscious level makes people uncomfortable. So depersonalize your house. Number 2, any kind of surveillance without a proper sign at the front door. Now, the laws vary from state to state, but in many states, if you have surveillance and you don't disclose it, it's against the law. And personally, I'm against having surveillance, especially listening in on people. It's really an intrusion, and it doesn't give you any valuable information that can help you in the negotiation. It's just not really necessary. Now, if you feel like you need to protect your property, make sure the sign is up so that you're covered and you don't get sued later. Number 3, valuables. And under valuables, I'll also include any kind of weapons that you may have. So take all the valuables out of your house and any weapons or anything of that nature and put them in a safe deposit box somewhere, or take them to your friend's house or a family member's house for safekeeping. Now, I know what you're thinking. Like, wait a minute, aren't these people going to be supervised? Isn't there going to be an agent watching them? And the answer is yes. Yes, there is. But bad guys are tricky. They can create a distraction and somebody can go and grab things. Don't take the chance, because it's never happened to us, but we have heard about these kind of things happening. You don't want to give the bad guys a chance. Also, remove any kind of medications, particularly ones that can be addictive. There's a drug crisis in this country right now, and people are going to go looking for that kind of stuff. So either remove them from the property if you can, or make sure they are well secured and well hidden so that nobody can go and grab those from you. Don't leave any bills or any other kind of documents laying around. Anything that might have any account numbers or personal information. You definitely don't want to leave any bank statements laying around, because that might give somebody some clues as to your reason for selling, and you don't want to give anybody anything that might give them a little bit of extra leverage over you. Safes is the next one. If you have safes, especially when you're doing the listing photos, if safes are showing, that says there are valuables in there, and it just gives bad guys a heads up, so they're going to know where to try and rob. So either remove the safes or camouflage them. One idea that I thought was particularly good that I've seen is somebody got a bunch of cardboard and made a big cardboard box around their safe, because it wasn't something that was practical to remove. So disguise it or remove it. That way it doesn't show up in pictures as a safe, and also when people are wandering around your house, it doesn't give them any reason to come back later and try and rob you. Number 7, any kind of memory books. Things that have personal information in them, maybe give people some clues, and you just don't want any personal information getting out. And that falls under the depersonalization, which was the first thing that I mentioned. Don't have any kinds of signs of distress. And what I mean by that is, like in the case of a divorce, you don't want to have half of the closet empty and one nightstand with nothing on it and nothing in it. That might give people some information that you don't want to get out. Or perhaps any signs that perhaps there's a foreclosure. That kind of falls under not leaving any documents out where people can see them. Just don't give anybody any clues that it's a distressed sale, because then they're going to be looking for a bargain and trying to take advantage of you. Now, number 9, I usually get some pushback on this on our luxury listings. Don't have any plastic runners or covers on the furniture, or make people take their shoes off or wear the little booties. Listen, you're not going to be in that house much longer. It's not going to ruin anything, and anything that can happen can be cleaned up. And the other side of this is we've heard of people who They made the people put the little booties on their shoes, and they slipped and fell down the stairs. Well, guess who got sued and had to defend themselves? So don't take that chance. Even with people taking their shoes off, people are wearing their socks. It's a little more slippery. They slip and fall. You don't want to get sued. It's not worth it. You can get those carpets cleaned, and anything that gets dirty, it's not going to be your problem soon because you're not going to be living there. So don't take a chance on that. Just make it easy and let people come in. Number 10 and 11 are related. Don't leave any kind of political stuff laying around, because I don't care which side you're on, half of the people are going to be mad about it. So put that stuff away, get it out of there. You don't want to give anybody any reason to dislike you. And the same thing goes for religious stuff. Now, I know we have our deeply held convictions, but keep in mind, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. There's people out there that have a serious dislike for it. So don't take the chance. Just put the stuff away. It doesn't harm you, and it's part of the whole depersonalization process so that you don't give anybody any excuse to not like your house. And number 12, the final one, is you. You should not be in that house when it's being shown. It makes people uncomfortable without fail. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, well, I can kind of help out. I can point out some things and show this and that. But you don't want to be there. First of all, it makes people very uncomfortable. And I've noticed that on sellers who insist on being there, the visitations are very, very short because people feel uncomfortable. They don't get to see the house the way they need to see it to make a purchasing decision. Also, I know you know all about the house and everything, but your agent should be able to communicate all that stuff. And if they don't, they're not doing their job. So don't be there. And also, one other little thing, you may accidentally slip up and say something that's to your disadvantage. Keep in mind, your agent is trained to say things that are to your benefit and to not say anything that would harm your chances of getting top dollar for your property. So that's my list of 12 things. If you want my free guide on getting your house ready for sale, it's in the description below or above or wherever it is on whatever social media you're looking at this on. Go ahead and download that thing. And if you have any questions, just ask us. We'll tell you anything you want to know. We put humans over houses. I'm Chuck Vosberg from Next Home Gulf to Bay, along with my wife, Pat. We're your favorite realtors. So have a good day, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.